The unlikely mother. What happens when a golden retriever becomes a mother to three of the world's most dangerous predators? The answer will challenge everything you think you know about the animal kingdom. Most people believe wild animals can never truly bond with domestic pets. We're told that nature always wins, that predators will always return to their killing instincts, and that mixing species is a recipe for disaster. Every expert warned that raising tiger cubs with a dog was reckless. They said it would end in tragedy. They were all wrong. It started on a cold morning in November at the Riverside Wildlife Sanctuary in Montana. 3 white tiger cubs, barely 2 weeks old, lay huddling together in an incubator. Their mother had rejected them hours after birth, a devastating blow that meant almost certain death for the newborns. The sanctuary staff worked frantically, but hand-raising 3 tiger cubs around the clock was nearly impossible. They needed a miracle. That miracle came in the form of Bella, a 3-year-old golden retriever who just weaned her own puppies. Sanctuary director Robert Mitchell remembered Bella from a documentary he'd seen about cross-species fostering. It was a long shot, maybe even crazy, but what choice did they have? When they first introduced Bella to the cubs, everyone held their breath. The tiny tigers mewed weakly, their eyes still closed, completely vulnerable. Bella approached slowly, sniffing each cub with careful deliberation. Then something extraordinary happened. She lay down, gently nudged the cubs toward her belly, and began licking them clean. Within minutes, all 3 were nursing as if she'd given birth to them herself. The sanctuary staff was stunned, but this was just the beginning of an even more incredible story. Robert named the cubs Storm, Frost, and Blaze. For the first 3 months, they were inseparable from Bella. She fed them, cleaned them, and kept them warm through the harsh winter nights. When their eyes opened and they took their first wobbly steps, it was Bella who encouraged them, nudging them forward with her nose. She taught them to play, to explore, and even corrected them with a gentle nip when they got too rough. But as the weeks turned into months, a question loomed larger with each passing day. What would happen when these tiny cubs became massive predators? By 6 months, the cubs had tripled in size. Their playful paws now had razor-sharp claws. Their cute mews had deepened into rumbling growls. Storm, the largest, already weighed 80 pounds. Visitors to the sanctuary began asking the uncomfortable question that Robert himself wrestled with every night. When would Bella's children turn on her? The conventional wisdom was clear. Tigers are apex predators. Their instincts are hardwired for hunting and killing. No amount of nurturing could override millions of years of evolution. Several wildlife experts contacted the sanctuary, urging them to separate Bella from the growing tigers before something terrible happened. One prominent biologist called it an accident waiting to happen. Robert faced an impossible decision: separate them now and potentially traumatize all 4 animals, or wait and risk Bella's safety. The world watched, waiting for the inevitable tragedy. But something else was happening, something that challenged every assumption about predator behavior. As the tigers grew, their bond with Bella didn't weaken, it deepened. When Storm playfully pounced too hard, Bella would pin him down with surprising strength, asserting her authority. And Storm, this growing predator who could easily overpower her, would submit immediately, rolling onto his back in apology. Frost and Blaze followed their brother's lead, always deferring to their canine mother. By their first birthday, the tigers were magnificent creatures, each weighing over 200 pounds. They could take down prey 3 times their size. But with Bella, they remained gentle as lambs. They groomed her, played with her, and slept curled around her at night. When Bella barked, they listened. When she wanted space, they gave it to her. The experts were baffled. This wasn't supposed to be possible. Dr. Patricia Hendricks, an animal behaviorist from Colorado State University, came to study the unusual family. What she discovered rewrote her understanding of animal psychology. The critical bonding period for tigers extended far longer than previously thought.
Because Bella had been there from day one, the tigers had imprinted on her not just as a food source, but as their actual mother. More importantly, they had learned dogs' social behaviors during their formative months. They think like tigers, she explained in her research paper, but they interact like dogs. It's unprecedented. But the real test was yet to come. At 18 months old, the tigers reached full sexual maturity. This was the danger zone, the period when even hand-raised tigers often became unpredictable and aggressive. The sanctuary prepared for the worst, building separate enclosures and training the tigers to respond to commands that would allow safe separation if needed. Then, one afternoon, everything came to a head. A young male deer, disoriented and frightened, crashed through a weak section of fencing and stumbled directly into the tiger's enclosure. Robert's blood ran cold. The deer froze, its eyes wide with terror. Storm, Frost, and Blaze tensed, their bodies dropping into hunting crouches. Every instinct they possessed screamed at them to attack. This was the moment everyone had feared, the moment when nature would finally override nurture. But Bella was there. She stepped between the tigers and the deer and barked sharply. 3 massive predators stopped mid-stalk. Storm made a move to circle around, and Bella blocked him, standing her ground. The air crackled with tension. Would Storm finally assert his dominance? Would the predator finally overcome the pet? Storm sat down, then Frost, then Blaze. All 3 tigers deferred to their golden retriever mother, while sanctuary staff rushed in to rescue the terrified deer. Not one tiger made another move toward prey that should have been irresistible to them. The footage from that day went viral, viewed over 50 million times. Animal behaviorists around the world studied it, debated it, tried to explain it, but those who witnessed it firsthand knew the simple truth. Love proved stronger than instinct. Today, Storm, Frost, and Blaze are 3-year-old white tigers who continue to live alongside their mother Bella. They've become ambassadors for the sanctuary, teaching visitors that nature isn't always red in tooth and claw, that family bonds can transcend species, and that sometimes the most powerful force in the animal kingdom isn't strength or aggression, it's the love between a mother and her children. If this story amazed you, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true animal stories that prove the world is more wonderful than we ever imagined.